Allah. Who is Al-Man? Who is the lover? Allah. Who is Ar-Rahman? Allah. Who is Al-Mannan? La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muhammad is the messenger, to Allah is our return. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muhammad is the messenger, to Allah is our return. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Viewers, welcome once again to your only source of information, Islamic Affairs. That's the current affairs show that comes to you every Friday on GTV. My name is Abdul Fattah Bawa Yusuf, and today, inshallah, we're going to have a very interesting discussion with regards to IT. That is, we are looking at the role of ICT in job creation for the Guardian youth. Fortunately for us in the studios, we have some of our gurus who are doing amazing work, but because sometimes they don't surface, we don't see them. Fortunately for us today, we are going to see one of them who is going to interact with us with regards to what he's bringing up as in terms of one of his programs. Alhaji Shaib Zakaria, who is a software consultant. Haji, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
How have you been?
We've been doing good.
MashaAllah. And also we have our sister Yasira Musa, who is a software developer, and also she's the admin in terms of the upcoming program for Kids in Coding. How are you?
I'm fine. Yourself?
MashaAllah, alhamdulillah. All right, let's see. How should I?
Yeah.
This issue of coding, it's becoming a term now. What is coding?
Auzubillahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Yeah, first of all, assalamu alaikum to your viewers. As you mentioned, my name is Shaibu Zakaria. Yeah, coding. The term coding is basically, you hear this term a lot. Yeah. People say coding, and I get a lot of people who ask me, what is coding? What is coding? Being an instructor myself too, people always wonder this, what is coding? Now, coding is basically, it's a process actually, process of transforming, process of turning an idea. You have an idea, you have a problem or a solution to a problem. You want to transform that idea or solution using what we call it machine learning. A language that a computer can understand. Called programming languages. We have them, we call them programming languages. So transforming your idea to what we call it, a language that the computer understands is what we call coding. Okay. Now, in doing this, you need what we call, it's also in the process of what we call creating a software. Okay, creating a software. And when we say software, I can give you an example of software, which is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is an example for WhatsApp software. I know a lot of people use WhatsApp. Website, for instance, YouTube, if you ever visited YouTube,
Telegram.
And this, Telegram, and these softwares are basically ideas somebody sat down and thought to bring them to life, to reality. Okay, so coding is basically the idea of bringing your ideas to life. Okay, and this program, as I said, they use programming languages in creating them. We have so many programming languages. Some are advanced, some are what we call low level, some are what we call high level. Okay. When you take WhatsApp, for instance, it has the Android version and of course an iOS version. Yeah. So the Android version, for instance, is likely created using Java or Kotlin. Java is a programming language, and we also have another one called Kotlin. Because we use Java or Kotlin to create an app that will be available on Google Play Store. Okay, so that is the Android version of WhatsApp. Of course, if you take the WhatsApp iOS version, you can be talking of a language you call Objective-C or what we call Swift. Swift. So these are all programming languages.
It's a bit technical.
Yeah, they are called programming languages. So those are what you use to write your programs. Okay, yeah.
Okay. By using the computer or
computer, yeah, you use computer. Okay. So that, as I said, basically to define coding is transforming your ideas into a language the computer understands. Okay, and the language the computer understands, some of them are the Java. We have Kotlin. Okay. We have there are over 200 actually. There are many of them. Yeah.
So let me come to Haji Asira. How easy is it for somebody who has no idea to maybe go into this?
Thank you very much for your question. So basically, let me use this word, it's not going to be easy, but then it will depend on the person. If the person has like the determination, the passion, and the determination and the passion, the person can do it. Once the person sets his or her mind to say, I want to learn how to develop a website, the person can do anything at all. Like they say, it's based on your mindset and words, and words are very powerful. So if you use a positive words, I'm sure the person will be able to acquire whatever he or she wants to do.
And there are people who think that, oh no, from our part of the world, we prefer to be the end users instead of being the creators of those softwares.
Yeah.
How do you argue on this?
Okay, everybody.
Is it true? Because now you are a developer, so that notion, is it really true? I don't know whether you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I get it, but then I would say 50%.
Okay.
50-50.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, it depends on the person's mindset, and all of us are obliged to our opinions. Some might have the opinion, I don't want to develop any website because the person is thinking it's a complicated thing. It's not complicated. Once you get yourself involved in it, you get to know that it's actually fun to do this. Imagine you being able to bring out something out to life for people to see and use it, that feeling. So if you are able to change, our mindset, I'm sure a lot of us will change the way we think and go into the coding world.
Actually, when it comes to, for example, I know the CEO of Facebook have never thought he could be a billionaire or millionaire today, because when he was doing it just for fun, from school they came together, or let's do this, let's do this, for their own selves, and realized that no, Charlie, you can take advantage of it. So how can we also, as the youths, we complain of job, there's no job? How can we take advantage of this?
Yeah, okay, so you made mention of Mark Zuckerberg. You know, Mark Zuckerberg actually started programming at a very young age. I think at age 10, he was developing amazing stuff as a kid, just 10 years old. And you know, he dropped out, actually. He dropped out of college. Yeah, so for us, coding, we need to really, especially the youth, especially in this modern day when jobs become scarce, yet it's difficult to get a job. It's important that we avail ourselves, start learning some of these languages, some of these coding languages, so that we also take advantage of the opportunities that are out there. And mind you, the opportunities are just not in Ghana alone. There are a lot of global opportunities out there. You just have to learn either on your own. You can go online. There are a lot of websites where you can read more about programming. There are a lot of videos online where you can study about programming. Of course, if you think you are somebody who cannot teach you on, you can on your own. There are also you need an instructor. There are mentors who can also guide you into how to go into programming. And as an instructor myself, I do get in my inbox people asking me how they should go about programming. So one advice I normally give them is this: first of all, you need to figure out why you want to go into programming.
What you want to do actually.
Yes, so you should understand that. So that will be like your end goal or your motivation that will keeps you going. Because mind you, coding is not, I can't say it's not easy to scare you. But then nothing is easy. Nothing, everything has its own level of difficulties. You just have to persevere. Okay, so I tell them to have something, a principle, some to figure out why you want to code, and also think of a solution you want to solve, a project in mind that when I learn how to code, I want to implement this project. It could be maybe a website of an e-commerce website where they sell stuff. And I remember one of this boy I mentor. Actually, I told, because I gave him this advice that before he go ahead, he should even bring an idea that he wants to solve. So I gave him 2 weeks, And in 2 weeks, the guy brought an amazing idea.
Wow.
It was really amazing. I was so proud. And for me, my part is to guide him. So from there, I told him, okay, now you have the idea. Now go and start learning, because based on the idea, I know the kind of language the person should learn to be able to implement that idea, to bring that idea to life. So I told him to go and read. He's a university guy. He's in third year or so, or second year at the University of Ghana. So now he's reading about, watching YouTube videos about that particular language. In fact, I told him to learn Flutter. There's another program. The programming language is called Dart.
Okay.
But then the framework is called Flutter. We have what we call language and we have frameworks. So you should learn Dart and Flutter. So using Dart and Flutter, he can easily develop, bring that idea into life. And that is another important thing we should understand, that ideas and what we call it is everybody, like we all have our own experiences in life. The challenges you go through in life is not the same as mine. And so for each of us, the challenge that we go through kind of shape our mind and our ideas and the way we see things. And therefore, you may be able to come up with some amazing idea that I've never even thought of. So Mark Zuckerberg, for instance, being the founder or the owner of Facebook, doesn't mean he's the best programmer in the world. He's not necessarily the best programmer. He didn't drop out of school. But God gave him the idea. So you could start...
And he bring like-minded people together.
Yeah. So you could be somebody who may have that idea. So it means that anybody at all going into programming can become a billionaire. Who knows? Because you are the one God has given the idea. And one thing we should understand is that to get those ideas, you need that programming mind to guide you. Because sometimes you may have some idea, but it may not be implementable using technology. So, but then when you study, you learn more about coding and all these stuff. It kind of shape your mind, how you think, and it will help you to come up with some idea that is implementable. That's even marketable. So it's important that we make sure that once we learn coding, we think of some ideas to implement.
So Aja, what do you say when it comes to, you mentioned something that is marketable? I think that would be the area most people would be willing to go into, learn something that can really earn you an income. How easy is that? Through these softwares, through this creativity?
Well, the word easy, everything in this life doesn't come easy. You need to put a lot of work in order to achieve what you want to gain out of it. So marketing to the software industry has to do with basically using your skills to earn a living out of it. So imagine you can use your skills to build websites, web apps. Basically, it's all about providing a solution to a problem. So you find a problem, then you provide a solution. If we are able to provide that solution, we're able to put it out there for people to have access to it. Right now, once people have access to it, they can start...
Somebody might be facing similar challenge.
Yes.
But you have found a solution
to that particular problem. So now it has now reduced that kind of challenge the person is facing, and then make things easy for that person. So the person can even use your platform to solve whatever the challenge the person is going through. So in this case, the person gets to use your platform. While the person is using your platform, you are also making money out of it. And there are some features you can implement on that particular website or web app. But then before someone can have access to it, you would demand they make some payments first before they can have access to it. So in this process, you are making a living out of it. So basically using your skills to earn a living.
But there have been so many debates when it comes to some of these issues where if maybe, quote unquote, an African discover or find something, he want to hide it, want to own it. He doesn't want anybody to see. But maybe out there, when they have something, they just put it out, go to YouTube. Then the person is out there. I don't know, how have you been able to use ICT, this industry to explore that? Because as you are saying, you putting it out there means that you are making an income indirectly. Because whoever comes to use it or want to have access to it, maybe by signing in an account or whatever, through that, you are indirectly paying.
Okay, so talking about ideas, one thing about idea is that I had this idea, very idea. I thought I'm the only one who has the idea. Seriously, I was really hiding the ideas. And I went to I look around on websites.
Because people claim that somebody will steal your idea.
Yeah, somebody will steal. Yeah, but that part is important though.
Yeah.
So this idea, I had the idea for a while. So I even brought the idea to a hackathon, which I won a prize. So over there, one of the judges pointed out that there's a similar app. An app that has that similarity online that is in the market, and it's really making it. So I went and checked, and I see they do so many. There are some differences because it's from different sources. But then you can see that the baseline of the idea is the same. Actually, it's from the same. And beyond that, I also visited one of my boss. So it was 2 days ago, and we were discussing about the same idea. Then he also mentioned an app. They are now coming up. They are not yet in the market. They are coming up, and it also has similar idea. I mean, similar concept of the like mine. So you see, one thing about idea, that is why when you have an idea, it's easy to implement it fast. What we call go to the market. Going to the market early is very important. And in fact, that is why.
Because as you are keeping it, somebody's also dreaming or thinking of
it. So when you take WhatsApp, for instance, you know, WhatsApp is very popular than Telegram, for instance, because WhatsApp is the first to go to market. Even though arguably I would say Telegram is one of the best instant messaging app. But WhatsApp is everywhere. Everybody has WhatsApp because WhatsApp is the first to go to market. So being the first, if you have an idea, it's important you try and work on it to be able to go to market early than waiting to. And that is so when you have an idea and you are implementing it or you are developing it into an app. Don't wait till you get everything before. Just get the main functionality of it,
and then start.
Then go to the market. So through the market, you get what we call feedback. People will send you feedback. Oh, I wish this is there. I wish this is there.
So that you'll be able to review.
Then you'll be incrementally adding more features. Be adding features once after the other.
So let me come to this issue of coding kids. Why are you bringing something like this? Kids, can they really code?
Yes, they can. Everybody can do anything they want to do. And then there is this saying, catch them young and they'll be yours forever. So when we start to teach these kids how to code at a very tender age, it's not basically about them being able to develop a website, but then they get to learn some skills that will benefit them in the near future, either any career path they choose to take. And then it's explore them, build their confidence, teamwork, creativity, logical reason, and then giving them another method on how to solve a problem. So in our everyday life, whatever we do entails learning. Whatever we do in this life, we learn a new thing.
So,
and then
what would you tell a parent watching you, thinking that maybe I don't want my children to be too exposed to the social media, to this, because they might end up doing something wrong? What would be your explanation?
Okay, I would say give it a try. Don't limit your child, but then be on watch, guide them. You just don't leave the gadgets to them for them to misuse it anyhow. You monitor the activities they do online, and then you educate them, let them know the do's and don'ts. And
you don't know, as a parent, maybe you might not even have that exposure, you don't have that opportunity because you're busy schedules, you don't have time to do this. WhatsApp messages, you have not been able to even read all.
Yeah, so that's why we are here to help them.
All right.
So in case they are busy, don't have time, we are here. We have experienced tutors who are very available any time of the day to help guide their kids and teach these kids at the comfort of their zone. And even if the parents have no idea about how to guide or prevent their children of misusing their gadgets, the tutors over there can help guide them, guide the parents, so that the parents can also enable their kids to pass through the right path.
So, similarly, I don't know whether maybe you have something to add before my next question with regards to those who have a fear.
Okay.
Like exposing the children, because quite often they are at work. And the children are supposed to be maybe going through your lessons or doing some assignments. You know, because of the time they have, they might end up doing something wrong.
And you know, these classes are usually in the weekends, and most parents will be at home in the weekends. And she made mention of a point which is very important, and that is parental guidance. It's very important in technology. Even when you go to Google, even Google Play Store, they have some of these descriptions. We need to set some password protection. Even not even apps, even on your TV. There's those
warning.
You can lock some of the features so that your kids will not have access to them. So it's important that you consider those things when you give a child a gadget, so that you prevent some websites, the child from going through some website. Okay. Yeah, and also, as she rightly mentioned, teaching the course how to coding. I mean, it's very important because this now is as important as teaching them how to read and write. Actually, coding is as important as teaching your kid how to read and write. Because even if you want your child to become a lawyer or become a doctor, if the person learns programming, it kind of gives the person more the person's way of thinking. Logically, creativity, the person will become more creative, and to really enhance the person's future to become whatever he wants to become. So learning code doesn't necessarily mean you become a software programmer. No. You can become a lawyer. A lawyer, as a lawyer, you need to present your case in a very logical way.
Convince the judge.
Yes, you have to convince your judge. And to convince him, you need to present your case in a very logical way. If you are a teacher or you are a writer writing an article or so, the way you present your write-up, how you write it, should be in a way that is logical and so somebody can easily understand what you are about. So all this, the programming can give you, because there's a lot of concept in programming that will actually shape the child's mind. Some of them are what we call conditional statements. We have what we call variables. We have functions. We have object class. Some of these concepts, when you introduce it to the kids at this early age. And we also use what we call visual-based, what we call languages. So visual-based means that they use some visuals to communicate those concepts. So the concepts are communicated using these visuals, making it easy for the child to grasp.
So are you doing it like a boot camp where you have a place, all the children come and gather and then you teach them, or how are you doing it?
It's an online session. We are going to use a platform known as the Zoom to organize this section so that the kids can study from the comforts of their zone without moving necessarily to the main venue.
So what gadget do they need to have before even enrolling?
A computer with a very strong RAM, let's say 256 RAM, and then internet, let's say 4 gig, and then a headset for easier communication so that you can hear whatever the lecturer is saying. So computer, headset, then the
maybe camera.
Yes, because you can see. So it means that those who don't have this cannot participate, cannot enroll.
But these are common. Just having a laptop is enough, actually. A laptop and internet. Because a laptop has this webcam. Even if you don't have it set, you can listen to the sound from the. And some of these things are very effective. Zoom, for instance, where the tutor can share the screen for the kids to study along, and also the teacher can ask the student to also show their screen so that you also guide them, see some of the things they are decoding, they are doing, and then it will guide them in getting the project. Because most of these projects, these are project based. So for each session they will learn. And they normally learn some of these language scratches, right? Scratch, we have some of App Inventor and so many of them. So whilst they learn, they do projects. They are mostly project based. So as they work on them, they work on amazing stuff. And it's fun too. Kids like fun. They create games.
Mashallah. So I don't know, maybe through this program, is it possible, because some are calling for having some of these cartoons in their local dialect and stuff. I don't know, maybe through this program, this idea also comes in. Especially for the kids. But looking at the age you are considering from 6 to 18, that's why I'm asking that.
Yeah. So mostly this one of this programming language, like Scratch, for instance, there is a way a student can create this animation stuff where one will be speaking, then after speaking, then another person will be speaking. Yeah. So it's like an interactive session with cartoons.
Okay.
So it's a way you can easily implement some of these things where, like, you can create a studio like this using the same Scratch. A kid can create as one of his projects a studio like this when people are speaking. So maybe when you are speaking, then there's this bubble kind of speaker, then you write you're speaking, and also your sound. The person can also record a sound into it, and once you are speaking, it's writing after you, then the next person. So there are such things. We call them.
I'll come back to you to tell us the time and then when you are going to start this program. But let me come to you. Maybe what will be your advice to parents who are listening and watching as well? This section that you're going to start, how do you think, what can you tell them to be able to let their children engage so that it will be beneficial, useful to them in the society in general?
Okay, I would say let's make use of this opportunity to explore, to let our kids explore in order to learn new skills and then enhance their knowledge and capabilities. And then let's know, like,
restrict them
because kids can actually do a lot of things as we grow, like, so it's based on the training we get from the infants. Once we are being restricted, once we grow up, we kind of feel like, if I'm to do this, I'll be restricted in all this. We shouldn't do that. Let us allow them to explore and then know the exact path they want to focus on.
Inshallah. Haj, when are you going to start the program?
Okay, so the program will start for the case, it starts on 4th November, actually. Okay. So the first Saturday. The program will start on Saturday.
Inshallah.
And the program time is actually we have 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, so it's available to the general public.
Inshallah. All right, and it's online?
It's online, through what we call the Zoom.
All right. Our time is too short. Inshallah, I will try as much as possible and give you another opportunity. Thanks so much. Haj Shaibu Zakaria, the software consultant, and also Hajia Yasira Musa, who is also software developer, admin for the kids coding classes. Thanks so much for this very important information. And for you out there, you see, take advantage of this. In fact, the gadget you have, if you don't engage the children, if you don't allow the children to make use of these gadgets, then you buying them and don't see the use of it. Until we meet again, my name is Abdul Fattah, saying stay blessed, stay out of trouble. Assalamu alaikum.
Güneşe bak, hayata bak, denize bak, yağmurlara bak. Ne güzel hayat bu maşallah. Sağına bak, soluna bak, insanlara mutlulukla bak. Ne güzel hayat bu maşallah. Hadi sen de bir dene, koy elini kalbine. Gül her ne